Hey everyone, welcome to My Rising Rose, where we channel goddesses and deities to expand our mind and unify ourselves with the cosmic family while also grounding ourselves in our ordinary humanity and living an ordinary human life. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to be doing today. This is one of these spontaneous channelings. I suspect I'll be bringing through either the Heart Chakra Dragon, who is called Bal'thae'zar, or the Throat Chakra Dragon, who is called Eok. And I'll bring one of those through shortly. But just to update you, we're going to be bringing the second Dragon Medicine group into the middle chakra dragons. So whenever a group moves from the lower chakra dragons to the middle chakra or to the upper chakra, we open the doors of that group again. So this is a good opportunity to join in Dragon Medicine. Currently we're running 3 groups, and they run in total, going through middle, lower and upper chakra dragons. They go through for 9 months, and we'll be completing all of those groups by, I think it's around June or July next year. But it's very unlikely that I'm going to be running more Dragon Medicine groups. It feels like these 3 groups are my contribution to the Year of the Dragon, and that while this energy is strong, that's what I'm doing. I suspect that as those groups start to finish, I'll actually be switching over to the goddesses, and we'll be channeling the 3 different goddesses that I work with and going through a different initiation with them. That's my hunch at the moment. I tend to live my life quite spontaneously and to go with the flow and to feel what feels right in the moment. But at the moment, that is what I'm feeling. So if you want to get involved in Dragon Medicine, these opportunities when we change from the lower dragons to the middle, or from the middle to the upper dragons, it's really one of your only opportunities to actually get involved. It's unlikely that this is going to be a program that's repeating year after year. So if you feel this strong call to get involved with the dragons, now is certainly the time to do that. This is the last opportunity to join in. Oh no, it isn't. So the middle chakra dragons you can join on Tuesday the 22nd of October. So that's starting with the heart chakra, then the throat, then the third eye. You can also join in that group on Wednesday the 8th of January. We'll be moving into the middle chakra dragons with group 3. And on Thursday the 9th of January, we'll be moving up into the upper chakra dragons with group 1. So that's moving into the crown, then the black soul star chakra, the earth star chakra, and then the white soul star chakra. So the thing that's really important to emphasize is that we're starting with Tuesday the 22nd of October. We're moving into the middle chakra dragons with group 2, and that's a great opportunity for you to join that. As always, there are scholarship options that are available. There's the live scholarship, which is just basically a discounted version of Dragon Medicine, just for people who are on low incomes. And then there's the recording-only version of Dragon Medicine, which is the cheapest option, but you don't get to attend the live meetings. And the reason that I set it up like that was because I was getting quite a lot of inquiries, and the size of the group is kind of something that I'm trying to navigate, like how many people can be in the live calls and it still hold the right kind of energetic integrity. So introducing this recording only option felt like a way that people could still be involved with it, also at a low price, without the live group becoming too large. There you go, just a little a little insight into my thought process on how to organize these things. So that's the date to keep in mind, Tuesday the 22nd of October, middle chakra dragons. You can check out the link in the description below to learn more about Dragon Medicine. You can drop me a message as well if you'd like to. But now I would like to really go into this channeling. I'm very curious to see who's going to come through. If you're sensitive, you can tell that the energy just shifted. It's an important thing that I like to point out often, and if you've watched many of my videos, you'll see this, that I like to let you know what's happening inside of me, because I'm experiencing these shifts in energy that indicate to me that one of these beings is ready to come in. And oftentimes, if you're sensitive enough, you'll be able to feel that too. But if I don't point it out, you might not notice, or you might convince yourself that what you were experiencing was actually something different. There's lots of reasons why. So let's go into it now and see who comes through. Ganayuna. Iyananayo. Kiyanarayuna. Yanayura. Kiyanarayo. Kanayuna. So I'm just tuning myself in. You'll notice if you're looking at the video that you can see I'm using hand gestures, which some people call mudras, to align Jack's energy field a little more easily, and just helping my consciousness to flow through his body. And as a little experiment, you can feel into, who is this? Who is this who's speaking now? If you've seen many of these videos, you'll already have a sense of the different dragons that come through and the different deities that come through. So this is a useful way of just exploring your skills. See if you can get a sense of it. Doesn't matter if it's wrong, it's absolutely okay. It's just like a game. You're just seeing if you know who this is before I announce my name. So I am Eok Un, Eok Un, Eok Un, blue dragon of the rising rose, part of the throat chakra of the cosmos. I've introduced myself to you before as a mage. And Bal'thae'zar, the Heart Chakra Dragon, is like a professor or doctor, something like that. He has that quality. I'm more like a mage. My element is air. It's good to be here, and it's good to express myself through Jack, since he has very rarely channeled me. In fact, the first time he ever channeled me was only a few days ago, at least publicly. He's channeled me privately. Me and him have had some conversations, though not many. I am masculine, and so I bring forward the energy of the Divine Father. And that's part of what I want to talk about today. You see, the mother has the quality of inclusion in creation, to bring all in and include all within creation. As its polar opposite, the father has the energy of exclusion and destruction. Now, it's a sad thing that for some of you, even me just mentioning the words exclusion and destruction will evoke fear and pain. That is testament to the lack of authentic masculine energy in your world and the imbalance between the masculine and feminine, creative and destructive, inclusive and exclusive energies of your world at present. There is nothing wrong with exclusion. Recently, the Black Dragon was channeled through Jack and was speaking about the need to destroy pathological, that is, disease-causing beings, in the same way as the body has white blood cells which will destroy parasites that exist in your body. So too it is completely natural for your energy field to destroy unwelcome energies. This is exclusion for the benefit of all. Unfortunately, there has been this process whereby some of you have been excluded from things, or felt the energy of exclusion, and it's created a fear of exclusion and a fear of power. And this belief, which is maybe more unconscious than conscious, that inclusion is better than exclusion. You must be a nice person, you must welcome in all things, you must. Now there is a beauty in inclusion and a complete rightness to it, but the core of whether or not inclusion or exclusion is truly valuable is how harmonized it exists relative to the other, right? So inclusion is good when it exists in harmony with exclusion. Exclusion is good when it lives in harmony with inclusion. It is the harmony between the two that is important, not either by itself. So I am speaking about the importance of exclusion, but I am not minimizing the importance of inclusion. I'm speaking from the exclusion side because that is my nature as a masculine deity. However, another could speak from the inclusion side and be doing so in a really powerful and valid way, so long as they are doing so harmoniously with the other polarity. I hope that this is making sense. I'm something of an intellectual, and I might go into some more advanced concepts, though I want my message to be inclusive, amusingly. So I choose inclusive words. So the importance of exclusion. If you are sat all day ruminating on negativity, you are using the power and creativity of your mind to create negative experiences for yourself and others, and you are contributing to the negativity that exists within humanity. Now, this isn't meant as some kind of great punitive statement that you should suddenly whip yourself with. I'm saying this simply because it is the truth. Now, wouldn't it be much wiser to use your mind to create wonderful things for yourself and for others, and to contribute to the collective of humanity in that way? That presumably most people would say, yes, that's a better use of the mind. Well, that use of the mind is inherently excluding. You are choosing to exclude negative influences from your mind. Now, many of you, Jack included, find this actually very difficult because you have this subconscious codependent relationship with your own negativity. You don't want to abandon your negative energies. And so you enter into a toxic relationship with them. Again, mostly this is unconscious. For some of you who have done a lot of work on yourself, you're probably nodding along to this because you're going, I can see that in myself. But that requires a certain level of wisdom and self-investigation to reach that point. So to exclude the negative in this sense means to intentionally move your mind away from unnecessary negative rumination whenever you enter into it, and to be disciplined in such a way where you choose to not do that, and you do it in a disciplined way. You don't stop just because you're having a bad day or because you don't feel like it today. Discipline means maintaining a certain state regardless of what's going on around you. You know, when you're training to be in the military, you wake up very early, you do drills, you train, you condition your body. Now, whatever your view is about the military, whether you see military as inherently positive or negative, you will all have your own view on that. But presumably many of you know of people who have gone through this type of training, and they will say things like, this made me who I am. This made me very driven and disciplined, and I get things done. There are some very successful people who have gone through that kind of disciplining. People who are happy, who have gone through that kind of discipline. And the discipline of the mind is even more so. And of course, you can look at many different monastic communities to see where this is obviously taking place. They are disciplining their mind. In the modern world, the idea of discipline is often seen as something really negative because there's an over-feminization of the energies of the modern world. There is this sense of, oh, well, if you don't want to do something, then don't do it. If you don't want to do something, then don't push and put in effort to get over that lack of desire. Simply sit and watch TV, simply eat whatever you want, simply do whatever you want. That's perceived as freedom. Now, there is no freedom without discipline. You are not free if you are undisciplined. You are simply living under the illusion of freedom. You are actually held captive by your own lack of motivation. My words may sound harsh, but feel into them and see whether or not they're true. And my words are for Jack as much as they're for you. Remember that it is not actually Jack who is speaking right now. I am something entirely different. So discipline is love. Discipline is power. Discipline is conscious choice. And it is through the sword of discipline that you sever yourself from the illusions of suffering. That means that you are excluding yourself from suffering. You are excluding suffering from your being. You are making choices out of your own conscious will. And I'd like to remind you all that it is my energy that's more important here than my words, though of course I'm choosing my words wisely. That's why I'm going quiet from time to time. Discipline. Having a practice each day where you sit and you meditate, and when negative thoughts and feelings start coming up, you intentionally move your mind, maybe to your breath, or maybe to your body, or maybe to a memory of a time when you did something really beautiful, something that uplifts your soul and makes you feel good about yourself. All of these objects of meditation, breath, body, loving kindness, whatever they may be, consistently moving your mind toward them, letting go of negativity, that is the discipline, that is the training. Perhaps of all the dragons, I am the most disciplined and the most in alignment with traditional forms of monasticism, which is why Jack has been reluctant to connect with me and to channel me. His reluctance is because he doesn't really want to be disciplined and has led quite an undisciplined life, though he has great potential for discipline within him. Even the word discipline, think of it. What does that evoke in you? It may evoke feelings of being disciplined by someone, as in being wounded and hurt by someone, an authority figure. Sometimes people use discipline as an excuse to project their own suffering onto those who are, quote unquote, beneath them. Perhaps a parent, perhaps an older sibling, perhaps a teacher, perhaps a boss, all of these different things. They may discipline you. But that's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about discipline. I'm talking about, as someone pointed out in the comments on the last video, self-discipline. Your own conscious choice to choose to be disciplined within yourself, because you know from your own experience that when you are so, you are more potent, you are more in control, your mind is clearer, you are more at peace, all of these things. Jack's mind is very quiet right now. Silent even. He feels very peaceful. One of the things that discipline does is it blocks the leaks in your energy field. Most of you are leaking out all over the place. You're getting in these codependent energetic knots with people, Jack included. And you don't realize that you're doing it because you're not disciplined enough to see that it's happening. And because discipline, it cuts through all that stuff. creates focus. And with focus and with clarity in your mind, you use your intention to move your mind's creative power onto things that will actually benefit you and others. Even if those things require a little bit of tough love from time to time. Saying no, excluding. Sometimes it's necessary to exclude people from your energy field because they are draining you. Sometimes you don't have to literally end that connection. You can have a word with that person and maybe then they have the opportunity to change. But discipline within your mind will make all of those moments so much easier. And it will make it easier to enjoy the many good moments that come forward because you will choose to look at them. You will choose to notice the good that already exists in your life manifesting in this present moment. You may even choose to love the present moment itself more than anything that arises within it, because you learn through experience that doing so enlivens your spirit and brings much peace and joy to you. That these comings and goings of the relative dimension of life, the thoughts, feelings and sensations that arise in this moment are but leaves blowing in the wind. And maybe with discipline you will find that stable center beneath it all. So if you want to find some discipline, you can join us on the 22nd of October. I am the second of the 3 middle chakra dragons. So we will be beginning with me around the end of November. That's your decision to make. I'm not here to make anyone's decisions for them. I'm simply here to inspire you to be disciplined in the decisions that you do make. This life is your responsibility. And it is time to accept that reality. Thank you for your time.